Imagine your child turning 18, but still expecting child support.
And I feel like that's so unfair that I didn't lay down by myself. I laid down with him.
Nothing blows my mind more than the way that so many women, when they get divorced, suddenly need like $2,000 a month per child. They literally go from making like $2,000 a month total for a family of 4 or 5 and making that work and stretching the income. But suddenly when they're a single mother, they need like $2,000 and they don't think that it's because they want their ex-husband to pay their entire way.
The title of this video reads, Termination of Child Support Leaves Mom Furious. In this courtroom, the excuses ran long, but the law was clear. Father came with proof that his daughter was grown, graduated, and moving on. Yet the mother stood there asking for more support past 18 years old, stretching this father's obligation beyond the law's requirements. She told her story, but the judge wasn't swayed. He said plainly, I can't make someone a good parent. But he also added, I also can't break the law. And of course, she didn't like that coffee.
Good morning.
Good morning.
So I got your motion relative to child support. And the motion claims that his child turned 18 and graduated from high school. So I contacted them, the front of the court anyway, so they could confirm that, because generally that's all you need. All you need to do is send a copy of could be a diploma, could be the high school transcripts.
Right.
Once they get proof of that, they'll stop the child support. Okay. The problem is they can't. Apparently, Mr. Brown does not have access to that information. So let me first turn to Mr. Brown, and then I'll hear from Ms. Dennis. Is that correct, Mr. Brown? You can't figure out if this child did in fact graduate?
Hold on. What I just pushed this start video thing?
Go ahead.
I can't get the camera to come on. But,
you don't have to. I can hear you just fine.
Okay. They've been in Detroit for like 6 years or something. So, but I have like Facebook stuff. I got pictures of her graduating. She graduated in May of last year.
Hang on a second. All right. Well, this should be easy to figure out.
So how much you guys want to bet that those pictures are probably something she didn't want him to find? Maybe blocked him. Because guys, listen, we've seen this way too many times. Of course, we have the countless men who can relate to a situation like this, where people automatically assume, what a terrible man, what a terrible father. I'm not just trying to paint him as the good guy here. That's not what I'm trying to do. I'm saying this. The bias in many cases, we know that's true in court, but even in the general public, is when you see a father who may not have been there during the upbringing of that child that they should have created within a home, right? They're both responsible and held accountable for the creation of that child. Yes, as always, I always agree. The assumption is that he could have been in that child's life if he wanted to. What did we see recently with the David Goggins situation, where everybody was like, oh, he's a deadbeat dad, and oh, how could he? And when he finally told his story, you find out this man has been paying child support, never missed a payment, and the mother and child were actively making sure that he never sees any of them again, especially the mother.
Dennis,
Yes. Yes.
do you know what we're talking about here?
Yeah. Let me just start off by saying this. Yes, it's going on 7 years that I've been here in Detroit. He haven't talked to my daughter since she was 12. She had life monumental moments, graduating prom. She in hair school. She graduate November of this year. So he never reached out to say congratulations, never, nothing on nothing. But it's temporary for him. It's a lifetime for me. She's 18 and she transitioning. She paid for cosmetology school out her pocket, you know, trying to make ends meet. So that little bit do help. And as far as the child support goes, he ready to put an end to it because he don't talk to her. He don't talk to me. I done reached out, text him and everything, and it's nothing. But he could go down there to the court and say that she done and this and that. He got pictures when he don't even talk to her. My baby going through what she go through behind him. And I would like for the child support to continue on until her 19 to the end of her 19th year. It's
What?
stopped in September. The court told me it stopped in September of this year, but I would like it to go to her 19th year because I still have expenses with her. It don't stop for me, but it stopped for him. And he wrote that motion. She done with school. She done with that. He want to wash his hands of her completely. And I feel like that's so unfair that I didn't lay down by myself. I laid down with him. And not once he contributed to anything. In 3 years, I came down here and I lowered his child support to $35.
Yeah,
35.
right.
If you see in them records, you look in your records, see in the record, me and
He said, yeah, right.
him came down to the courthouse. I lowered the child support down to $35 only on the strength of he get her on weekends, get her on holidays, get her on summer vacation. And he couldn't do that. And I had to wait 3 years to raise the child support back up because he still refused to participate.
Okay. At least we can acknowledge that she did say, hey, we made this child together. We laid down together. But with that being said, what's done is done, right? This is supposed to be a lesson to the lost generation of these liberal, delusional chicks today. And there's a lot of them who are championing being single mothers by choice. They need to be the ones watching the majority of this content because she does make a good point there. A lot of these single mothers are bitter. And I'll be honest with you, as someone who's spent time raising up an infant to a toddler, and I've seen the amount of work that it goes into raising up a child, the amount of attention that you need, care, love, resources. It's probably tough not to be bitter. Let's talk about the sponsor of this channel, fathershaverights.com. Engaged and soon to be married men, a single prenup slip up can cost you tens of thousands later. Waiting until the last minute or signing under pressure are the mistakes that sink most agreements. My step-by-step guide at fathershaverights.com, built with expert attorneys James Sexton and the lead attorney, shows you exactly how to avoid every costly prenup mistake, all for the price of a couple of dinner dates. Tap the link pinned to the top of the comment section to safeguard your future and join the hundreds of soon-to-be husbands protecting their marriages the right way. The first solution, of course, is to marry before you carry. Respect that man as the father and you as his helpmate, and learn to submit to your husband. But we know they don't want to do that. They want to have babies outside of wedlock, go to war with the father of those children for 18 years straight, and then be surprised that after 18 years old and after paying child support for all these years, he doesn't want anything to do with you. Doesn't sound surprising to me. Let's keep listening.
So
Okay. All right, I got the picture. I want to tell you both something. There's a lot of things I can do sitting here today, but there's two things I cannot do. And I hope the parties understand. I can't make somebody a good father or mother. I can't do that. I wish I could. Because if I did, I would have probably very few of these cases. But I can't do that. And I wish I could. Because I think your daughter deserves better. She deserves something. The second thing is I cannot violate the law. Okay, I have to follow the law. And the law in this case says that someone can collect child support until the child is 18 or graduates from high school, whichever occurs later. Now, she has done that, okay, by everybody's admission. So the law says that I have to terminate his child support, but I
Dun, dun, dun. Here we go.
am doing it effective the date he motioned me, which is the first charge date. He motioned this on January 9. So the first charge date, somewhat close to that, is January 1.
So I'm going to grant the motion to terminate child support effective January 1, 2025. And what you need to do, Mr. Brown, is you need to come to the courthouse on the 5th floor Legal Assistance Center and prepare an order for me to sign, which you need to send to Miss Dennis. And the order says that your child support obligation for this child terminated on January 1 of 2025. And I will sign that. And I wish everybody the best. I wish your daughter the best.
Say one thing.
And he's right. The daughter does deserve better. That's the unfortunate thing here. Again, of course, the children that suffer. And I don't just mean a better father. I just mean a better planned situation for her coming into this world. Congratulations to her for graduating from high school, though. That's great.
Sir, yes, sir. Can I say something too? I'll let her go first.
Stop.
Go ahead, ma'am.
Right. Go ahead, real quick.
So the courts told me that the child support is ordered all the way until September of this year. So you throwing that order out?
There's no order saying that.
That's what the courts told me. That I called it.
I should tell you this, Miss Dennis, that unless you have paid the person to give you advice, you shouldn't rely on it. Okay? Mm-hmm. Because what I'm thinking is they may have told you what happens if she's still in high school, maybe not. Child support goes until someone graduates from high school or turns 18, whichever is later. I've had a lot of 18-year-olds still getting child support because they haven't graduated high school yet. I've had a lot of 19-year-olds who get child support because they haven't graduated high school. But this child has graduated high school and is over 18, and the law says I have to stop it, but on the effective date of a motion to stop it.
I'm wondering why they do it like they have the high school exception in there. I'm assuming because they want that child to get a fairly decent education, so they have a fighting chance in this world. You know, you already have two parents who are at odds, maybe even in a co-parenting situation, right, where they're peaceful. But you want that child to have a decent education. I wonder if that's in all states. I am curious about that.
This motion was filed January 9th. So the closest charge date I have is January 1. And that's as far as I can stop it. Like I said, all I can do is follow the law. And that's what I have to do. Now, Mr. Brown, what can I do for you?
Well, I got two questions. You said go over there to the 5th floor and get a what, man, sir?
Mr. Brown, you're getting yourself into more difficulties. You really need an attorney to help you because, so I need you to go, you know where the courthouse is?
Yes.
On the 5th floor.
Why does he have a lack of patience with him? Is this the disdain and unfairness that we experience when fathers are in these family court situation? Why is he slightly turning up a little bit? What's up with that?
Right.
It's called the Legal Assistance Center.
Right.
I need you to go there and they will help you prepare an order terminating your child support effective January 1, 2025, and that all arrearages are preserved. Period. That's all you got to do.
In all fairness, and guys, I'm sorry for pausing it so much at the end here. Judges turn to be jerks, right? In many cases, maybe the workload is stressful. Hey, there's a lot on their plates. There's that too.
And then they will prepare the order. You got to send a copy to Miss Dennis at her last known address. You send me the original. If nobody objects within 7 days, I'll sign it and you will be done and this case will be over. Okay?
All righty. Thank you.
You bet. Thank you. Good luck to you.
You too.
Of course, guys, curious to know what you think. Let's check out a few comments here, see what the people have to say. This top comment here says, this case should have been over the minute she admitted the child graduated. Right. Somebody else responded back and says, exactly. Here's somebody else who added, got to love how the court doesn't have no problem starting child support, but you need to collect the 7 infinity stones to end it. Shaking my head. That's hilarious. They have you going on a Dragon Ball Z hunt. You know, somebody else here says she turned 18 and graduated. Child support done. Should be that simple. Here's somebody else that says it's called child support, not adult support.
Child support should be for dads who not present, right? I'm heavy present. They got my son in the back seat laying down on the iPhone I bought him, with the blanket I bought him, with the clothes I bought him. Like, I keep them, I take care of my motherfucking kids. I am with my kids all the time. I got my kids Friday to Monday every weekend. I don't never say, hey, I can't do it this weekend because I'm going to go chill with the fellas. No, I don't do that. I don't do that. I take my son skiing every year. Like, yo, my daughter, yo, I'm there. Yo, every pair of sneakers you've ever got came from me. Like, I'm a real dad, a real deal dad. But, man, this child support shit, this shit, I'm paying a mortgage. I'm paying your mortgage and my mortgage. It's like, yo, that's crazy. And then I gotta tell the kids, hey, don't tell your mama we did this and this and that. And I hate doing that. But when she hear we doing a little bit good, I get a letter in the mail. They want to see my income. Damn. So now, in order to avoid child support, I gotta hide my money. Then I gotta avoid the IRS. And then it's like, fuck it, I can't avoid both of them. I'm gonna just pay the shit. And the hardest part for me is I own a small family business, right? Some months, we're doing phenomenal. But some months, I'm using credit cards and pulling out loans and borrowing money. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, yo, child support only goes up, it never comes down. I can't go to the child support office and be like, yo, listen, yeah, last month I made 100 racks. And y'all charged me child support on 100 racks and I paid it. This month I lost 200 racks. So what are we gonna do about that? Nah, that's not how it works. What? That's crazy. She quit her job, she get more money. I quit my job, I still gotta pay.
Here's somebody else who added, as soon as she said the girl had graduated, case closed is a wrap. People like to act like the child support that's being given is nothing. Like they'll sit there and be like, oh, it's only $300. Oh, it's only $500. In the end, they'll fight for it like it's paying rent that month.
My question would be, why would I be paying child support and why would I be paying back child support for?
You're paying child support because your child doesn't reside with you. Your child resides with his mother. Y'all made her the primary conservator.
So since she had him for 3 days out of a week and because he stays with her for 3 days out of a week, I have to pay 400 and some odd number you just said a week just because she stays with him for 3 days out of a week?
Mr. Fox, you did not contest joint her being the primary conservator, did you? No, you agreed to y'all being joint managing conservators, with her being primary and getting to determine where the child lives, where the child's residence is.
So because she gets to determine where the kids reside, I have to pay 400 and some odd number because she gets to determine where my son stays. Yes, even though I give my son 4 days out of a week and it's 7 days out of a week. So if I get him for 4 and she gets him for 3, just because she can decide where he stays, I have to pay for that.
Mr. Fox, if you want to be the primary conservator, you can file something to be the primary conservator. But now you are not.
So because I'm not the primary conservator, I have to pay 400. I'm still trying to get it because I'm not the primary conservator.
Well, Mr. Fox, I'm not going to be able to explain it to you because I've already told you.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
You just keep saying the same thing over
because I'm not getting it. I'm not understanding how my son's only be with the mother 3 days out of a week. I have to pay for that.
Let me give you some more information.
Like what?
You don't like my ruling. If you think it's not fair,
I do.
You have 3 days to appeal, 30 days to file a motion for new trial. This case is out of the 254th District Court. That is Judge Kim Brown. She might have a different opinion from mine.
Of course. I would love to get set up with that.
Okay, so if you need information on how to appeal, the attorney's office can email it to you, sir.
Please do.
Okay. Any other questions?
Judge, the payback on the retroactive support was 80 or 90?
80. I'm sorry.
At 5,400, correct?
Yes, 5,400.
Thank you, Judge. That's all.
Okay. Any questions, Ms. McDuff?
Hey, ma'am.
All right, then thank you both for appearing here today, and you're both free to go.
Somebody else who says there should be no reason dad should have to go to court to file an order. The original order starts when child support ends. Another person who says at 18, the judge can speak with the child himself. Somebody else here added, this woman is a piece of work. She's mad at him for not being a father.
What's good, my friends? We back again. Thanks for stopping by.
I just paid my last child support payment last week, so I got my first full check the other day for the first time in 23 years. That was my first full check. I want to pat myself on the back, man, for not giving up. I paid for all 5 of my kids all the way. Never lost my license. Never went to jail. I never went around bombing money from people not paying them. I never lived off of people. I struggled on my own. I scuffled on my own. There's a lot of people threw me away. There's a lot of people turned their back on me. There's a lot of people treat me like a broke dude. A lot of folk gave up on me, man. A lot of folk disrespected me. It's a whole lot of that. I'm thankful I didn't lose my mind along the way. I'm thankful that I made it to the end. I'm just glad I didn't kill myself like I wanted to. Because like I said in another video, I never thought I would make it to the end. I never thought I would live to the end because it was so rough along the way. Paying the child support, it's not getting off of child support, it's getting off that stranglehold, man. The child support was easy to pay. It was taking care of my own self that was tough. Make sure I got somewhere to live, I got somewhere to drive, I got something to drive, I got something to eat. A lot of times I didn't, man. I went to the helping hand, the goodwill, whatever you want to call it, for a long time. I still do. Man, I don't know how many times I done went to work, didn't have no money. And it just seemed like the Lord just covered me all the time, man. It seemed like anytime I needed some money for something, a side gig come up. I leave home, didn't have no money, man. Be hungry. Get to work, somebody give me a $100 handshake. Somebody give me a $25 handshake. Somebody throw me a $50 tip for doing something. Side gig come up. The Lord had his hand on my life the whole way. I can't do nothing but thank God that I didn't give up. I'm thankful that I stayed the course. I stayed the way. I'm thankful, man. Can't nobody say I owe them no money. Can't nobody say I borrowed no money from them and didn't pay them. Man, I took all the fight my baby mamas gave me. I took it. And I tell you what, I'm thankful for everything they did to me. I appreciate the blows I took. I'm thankful they gave it to me. And you know, I'm thankful for the people that I lost along the way. I'm thankful for the people that turned their back on me. I'm thankful for the people that gave up on me. I appreciate y'all, because the man you see now, it's all over with. Can't nobody fight me no more. Can't nobody fight me on nothing. I can rebuild my own self. I can move forward. Because you know what I feel like? You know what I feel like right now? I feel like I paid for something that I'm never gonna get. That's what I feel like. I feel like I paid for something that I'm gonna never have. Because
she needs to be mad at herself because she picked him. She also moved away, which would make it even harder to be a father. Some of these people are crazy. Yeah, I think people forget, like, there are multiple factors here. You don't get to decide where someone moves. You don't get to decide how someone treats you, how difficult they may make it for you. A lot of good men who actually do want to be present, in many cases, can't even afford to be there and fight for their kids. With that being said, if you can, I do encourage you to be there for your child, your father. If you're somebody who believes that your father just wasn't there for you because they didn't love you, go have a conversation with them. You know, I'd encourage that as well. Somebody else who says she can't get her hair and nails done no more. Somebody else here added they steal money from him for over the years, then tell him they can only go back a couple months. Scandalous. Here's somebody else who added he shouldn't need to hire an attorney to end child support on an 18-year-old that has graduated high school. There shouldn't even need to be an order that the dad has to file. The legal system is maddening. Here's somebody else who added my child support case was established in Michigan, and when my kids turned 18, my child support automatically stopped without me doing anything. They didn't care about a graduation. So of course I assume that, like, different states do things very differently. Always curious to know, what do you guys think? Comment down below.
This is Shaw back with child support tip number 4. People generally assume that child support ends when a child turns 18. This isn't true because not all states have the same age of majority. In some states like Mississippi or New York, the age of majority is 21. So in a state like New York, you're expected to pay child support every month until the child is at least 21 years of age. In other states, like Colorado or Nebraska, the age of majority is 19. In California, where I used to be a child support officer, the age of majority is 18. However, you could be paying until that child is 19 if the child is still in high school. What ultimately controls how long your child support will run for is what state has the jurisdiction to create and modify your child support order. If it's New York, then child support can be expected to run until age 21. If it's California, then 18 or 19 if that child is still in high school. Like this video and share this video. Follow for more child support tips. Also, be sure to check out my other videos on YouTube if you're interested in the longer form content.
Hey guys, as always, I appreciate you for checking out yet another episode of the Coffee Pod. To my currently engaged or soon to be married men, if you need a prenup and would like a guide that shows you how to get a solid and legally binding prenuptial agreement, hit the link into the top of the comment section and access your guide at fathershaverights.com today.